welcome to a special episode of The Diplomats. We have back-to-back Season 5 and Season 6 finalist Tanjian, the Croatian who lives in Germany, playing his second finals in a row. Tanj, thanks so much for coming on to talk about your Season 6 performance.
Thanks for having me there. Bye.
So I'll get right to it, which is, have you gotten any sleep since are you enjoying the sleep since the tournament's over?
Yeah, I do.
How much effort was it? I mean, how much time were you spending on a day-to-day level, diplomacy wise?
Okay, it was, so my final game, it was just of 2 parts until Season 7 was done. And then I entered my vacation, and then I spent not that much time as I should.
Yeah.
Therefore, I lost the game.
Okay. I'm going to ask you some questions, but this is your real opportunity to say what you may not have had a chance to say. As you heard others comment and talk, you should make the points you want to make so people can know. I think the most controversial thing was the very first thing that happened, where during your interview, you kind of hinted that you wanted to work with Ewok right off the bat, and how that affected your game going forward.
I think that it hasn't affected it much. As okay, I got 2 players in the game who would claim, okay, are you really there just to give the win to Ewok? Which was clearly not my intention. I mean, I helped Ewok to enter the finals.
You did? I was in that game.
Yeah, I remember, but my basic idea was Greg would never work with Riaz together. And that was the point why I helped him, and yeah, that was it.
And we knew that from our game. We knew that Riaz and Ewok would never work together.
Yeah, and therefore it was my goal to help Ewok to the finals, just to keep this conflict ongoing, and it would create chances for everyone else.
Right. So in his interview said that you would not talk with him, at least about the game or any strategy. I don't know if you heard that and if you have a response.
Yes, I did. The problem with Pez, he was above me in the standings. And I mean, I could have entered the finals much higher, but I just wanted this 6th place, better tiebreaker, and Pez was above me. So I decided he must go. This is just as simple as that.
It was as simple as that, but did you think, I mean, even with that they're, talking about the game and keeping open lines of communication is always valuable?
I think Pez is very strong, good diplomat, but when I play Turkey, then it needs a particular player to play Austria, because I don't like Austria-Turkey alliance, but I would enter, for example, with Dave in Austria, I would have made AT, but not with Pez. No.
So I'm curious, your relationship early. We'll talk about mid game and late game with Max is Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you were thinking and what your plan was.
So before I entered the finals, I made some notes. Who can I work with? And then I discovered Max as Italy. There's no chance to work with Pez long term. And on one side, Max is super guy to talk about everything else, but when it comes to diplomacy, it's sometimes difficult to work with him. It was a kind of contest of honesty between Max and me.
Who could be more honest?
Yeah, that was like, oh, I never lied to you, I never lied to you. Okay, then I stabbed him. Okay, and then, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, no, it was not his game, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had an issue with Pez, and then he had to know. Uh, I mean, how committed were you to working with Ewok? I assume pretty committed based on the spring 1901 moves, which I'll pull up here. I mean,
Okay.
you know, I'm guessing here you're working together, no question about it in 01.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about this opening for me is Smyrna hold is this. If I go to, yeah, okay, basically the idea is we agreed I'm just to play together, to discuss a lot, and then I'm just to move on.
Right. Smyrna holds become sort of a, you know, newer move.
It looks boring, but it has this idea, okay, you want to bring your fleets out, but even in this position, you have to think about Bulgaria and O2.
Correct.
This is the most important thing. Okay.
And,
yeah.
and did you think a Lepanto was coming?
No, no chance. Because on preparing for the game, I knew Max never plays Lepanto.
You looked at his Italy games?
Yeah, and Pez is Austria. I know he would play. He would take Greece. He needs his fifth dot to start as Austria with 5, and long term, he would not work well with Italy. And this was my chance.
And Pez basically admitted it, that they couldn't work well in this set of moves, which is why Venice held and Venice kept holding.
It was a kind of weird. Max he tried. He convoyed the army to Tunis. It was just, in my opinion, it was a waste of time.
And then here you are in the same fall move. Clearly the black is demilitarized, and you have opened yourself up for a nice fleet build in Smyrna.
Yeah, it was just move on with the juggernaut, and that is.
So the big move of the game is this one, first big move of the game. The big question is whether or not you knew Sevastopol was going to the Black Sea and were okay with it. Pez says he told you that there was an AIR and that the black, but part of me thinks that maybe you arranged this with Ewok to add some suspicion. What happened?
No, it was not arranged, not at all.
Okay.
It was, Max came to me and said, okay, you should cover Bulgaria. But I said, no, I didn't. And I think Pez told me Ewok is going to Black Sea, and then we'll say, okay, let him do it. Sometimes I would take high risks, but I don't. I think it was just too early to eliminate Migla, I think.
I mean, it had to be a little concerning with Russia in the Black Sea, with Bulgaria being piffed.
I think at this point, I would say I have Max on my side.
Okay. You felt he was waiting to make his move against Pez?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. And what did you feel about Russia doing this to you?
His move to Black Sea is just justified to help me to retake Bulgaria back, and that's it.
Okay.
I mean, before the step, you're always concerned, okay, I was surprised, and then I was not surprised. So it was a kind of stab, yet, but not a real one, because it's just a fleet in Ankara and not an army.
This had to be very hurtful.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. It's just a fleet, and it's a soft stab. I think we talked. I mean, Ewok is good at that, but like, how did you like? I would just be so enraged, Tanj.
I have this. Okay, I have my way how to deal with these problems. Okay, if I get stabbed or I stab people, then I just take a timeout for about 10 hours or just to say not much, just express your disappointment or let the people calm down. That this I did, and then the other day you just try to be reasonable. I think I can, with my diplomacy, I can reach, and we just continue to talk, and then I would say, okay, but Pez is the evil one. Pez must go. Why do you attack me? But the most important thing in this position, Greg, he gained momentum for the rest of the game. And I would just, for me, just an uphill battle, one season, one dot. And I think I managed very well until, yeah.
Well, you're down to 2 here, and you had a heck of a comeback. I think the thing that bothered me a bit here is that he didn't help you back into Bulgaria, but that's kind of Greg's style, right? So, I mean, you have to learn to live with that.
Yeah, I know.
He could have done that.
Yeah, he could, but there was the next position. Okay, yeah, I know.
So how do you, I mean, this is Ewok's ideal partnership. You have 2. So he's ahead and you need him. But did you go to him saying you really wanted to still work together, or did he come to you and say, I did what I needed to do, but let's work together?
Okay. First of all, we are in O2 and no one want to get eliminated in O2. So the other day, we just continue to talk, just say, okay, let me define, okay, what's the point in O2? You can't win that way. And I gave him tons of reasons why we should continue to work together. And that was, I think that was okay for him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he had to gauge your sincerity. So sometimes if you think that offer from a 2-center power is insincere, you're going to keep going. But if maybe you've built up enough relationship with him that, you know, he believed that you meant what you were saying.
Yeah, I was honest with him all the time.
And like Han says, maybe you put your feelings into the cellar of resentment to pop open later a bit on him. But here, I mean, you got him to move to the black, and he tried to help you into Bulgaria, but you helped Max into Greece.
Yeah. The problem with Max in this game, if I'm allowed to say, is as Italy, you have always the problem with the 5th dot. Where is it? So, and long term, putting a fleet into Greece is, in my opinion, not a good idea. Just then I said to him, okay, I help you to the 5th dot, and we'll see what we can do from.
Help me to my 3rd dot.
Okay, yeah. Basically, it was one of the important turns after that. Yeah, fall or 3.
Wish you could have got the army in there, but I guess he demanded it be the fleet.
Okay, if I try the army and Ewok convoys to Constantinople, then I'm out.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that.
So, and the same with Max. And therefore, I told both I'm gonna do, and yeah, I put a fleet there. I think we are in O3, we still have enough time. It's a long run, then let's move on.
By the way, I mean, how much were you paying attention in the West at this point? I mean, you have a strong EF at this point with England looking to trick Germany. Is the word on the board at this point that this set of moves is just England tricking Germany? That's what it seemed like to me.
Okay, I got this. Okay, England-Russia conflict. Okay, there's not much to happen, and then England-France working well together, and Germany. I didn't pay that much attention on this because I can't do much in this. I can't say, okay, do this for me and do that. No.
I don't know if you've had a chance or not yet to listen to Umble's thoughts, but his thought here mid-game for you is, because of what's happening to Russia up north, you can't really turn on Russia.
I think I have to disagree to that, but we'll come to this position.
Okay. Disagree with Umble, or disagree that I summarized what he said incorrectly?
I disagree about that I can't turn on Russia.
Oh, okay. Well, I always like people to disagree with Umble, so feel free to. That makes me feel good. Here you get Bulgaria back, you get a build, you build an army, and you take back Ankara. I'm sure Russia knew that was happening.
Yeah, it was agreed.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, as I told you before, he gained a momentum for the game. It's not a real loss. He gets Budapest, and yeah, it's okay. It's okay for me. I have my 4th, and I'm in the game. I'm happy about.
Are you happy with the EF? As Turkey, it seems like that is something you should be happy about.
Actually, so far, again, I can't do much. I'm talking with Riaz, I'm talking with Philip, also with Dave, but Dave seems dead at this point.
Right.
Yeah, until Riaz waived the build.
Okay, and so you help. I mean, it's a key move here, right? You do help Russia into Serbia, which I think you got Serbia back for a turn later on in the game, but for the most part, you're helping Russia advance position here, getting a
Okay.
7th dot.
I think for me, is Serbia is the most important center if you advance on Balkans, and it was just agreed. Okay, I help you. I got Ankara, you got Serbia, but Serbia is a center Russia cannot hold long term. Not in this position, because I have Max here. We agreed a bounce in Greece, and now you see Greece is just empty center, just waiting for me to be taken.
It is, and you're getting help with France. I mean, it doesn't make it for the long term, but you had to have been a little happy with Italy getting pressure in the West. It looks like it might be set up really, really good for you right here.
Yeah. I think that I was okay. France putting pressure on Italy. I'm fine. I'm back.
Right. So.
Okay. This was a turn we decided, I guess, something less than a half a minute before the resolution.
I hate it. That's the best and worst part about the finals.
Okay, so my basic idea was Constantinople to backfill Bulgaria, and then Max would say, no, you can't do that. And Ewok was there, and finally, I guess something at 20 seconds before, okay, Max asked me to move Aegean to Smyrna, which I never wanted because I need a Smyrna for my next build.
Right. I mean, so you did this purely to try and keep Italy on side with you.
Yeah, I need him.
Is that because you intended to move against Russia eventually?
Yes, and against Italy too. But yeah, we'll see the next few moves.
Okay, because clearly moving to Bulgaria would have been helpful. Maybe moving to the Ionian would be helpful if you knew he was going to Albania.
No,
too aggressive.
Yeah, that was just my idea was not to rush, just slow play. I know I have the tiebreaker after Pez is gone. Okay, just don't rush.
All right, here we go. You keep Serbia. You help Max into Trieste as Trieste goes up to Vienna to kill Pez. There's an agreed bounce, I assume, in Ionian, and you are getting armies in position.
Yes, it was. This turn was everything was agreed, so nothing, no surprise. No
so now the big question, right after a power is eliminated by 3 powers, is, well, okay, what happens next? And did you have a game plan of how you would grow from here? I've heard you say that you thought about attacking Italy and Russia, but like right now, did you plan to attack both at the same time, or did you want to work with one over the other?
I want Greece, and there is no doubt Max can't hold Greece. He has this fleet in Albania not doing much, and fleet in North Africa, and I think his units are just misplaced. And I think in this position I'm still good with Ewok for sure. And in order to grow, I need Greece, and I will build a fleet for that.
What did Max think he would be doing with you? Like did you have an idea if he thought he'd be working in IT, or what did he want to do with you?
Okay, surely to split the Balkans here, and eventually he would move west, but I think he should work in this position just to improve his units.
But did you think there was a wintergreen there,
No.
or did you
Never.
you had a better relationship with Max?
I have good relationship with Ewok and with Max.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to get at is, did you think you were going to be attacked by either Russia or Italy next?
No.
What did each of them think they'd be working with you against the other?
Okay, I don't know. We have this status quo position, and I have a path how to grow. The next point is Greece, and I need a fleet build, and I will move on Greece. I have an army in Serbia targeting Trieste, Budapest, Romania, and Ewok has this useless fleet in Romania, so I feel confident.
What I'm hearing from you is geography is more important than having one ally.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, you're looking at position on the map ahead of everything else.
Yeah.
All right, makes sense. And you take Greece.
Okay.
Did Max know this was happening?
Okay, I take Greece, and Max was pretty unhappy with that. But Greece is just a center he can't hold. Okay. And I felt good in this position. We agreed bounds in Union. I told him he shouldn't move to Tyrolia to increase pressure on Russia. So I felt good in this position.
You got everything you wanted, and Greece.
Yeah, I have my fleet in Aegean and Eastern Mediterranean, so I felt good.
Yeah,
I have 6 centers. Yeah. So, yeah, this was.
You're consolidating your position, but you're helping now. I guess since you took Greece and you angered Max, you've now affirmatively helped Russia into Trieste.
Yeah, I did. So I think that was the point. I can't remember everything. Okay, this was this final
This is
step.
the stab that Max really got angry at least towards Ewok in the public chat.
Yes, and I discussed this matter with him, and he would eventually told me, "I will help you to win this game."
So he was so mad.
Yeah, he was mad, and I would say, "Okay, I accept. Let's work together." Ewok is the bad one. So, and yeah, it was nice position, nice to work from here. And this was 06. Okay.
Okay, so you
and disbands Albania, disband Tironius, it was agreed. So nothing, no surprise here.
It just couldn't be better for you at this point.
Okay,
I think you're going to get a little bit of concern here. You build in Smyrna, not Khan. I criticized you for that.
I know.
Especially when you attack Romania and you get the disband to the black, which then causes you to have to move 2 fleets and fall. Tell me what you're thinking.
Okay. A fleet build in Ankara or Constantinople is just too obvious you're going against Russia. And since I'm going to Ionian, I could put my Smyrna fleet to back up. But my idea, basically, it was just I will take Romania in the fall.
Did you anger Italy? Italy, after doing all this for you, then you take Ionian from him?
No, that was
he knew it was coming.
It was agreed. There was no big surprise.
Okay, so for here, you think I'm partnering with Italy, and Italy's the junior partner, and he's going to help me win.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm taking Romania in the fall. the falls.
You had Romania in the fall, and you do get the two fleets up in the fall, and you're in a good position here. Undoubtedly, I'm curious about this bouncing Tyrrhenian Sea with France. Was that did Italy ask you to do that?
I
Because
guess
he had to cover Naples.
It was okay. We had this discussion. Max told me he would help me to win. I can have like I can have Tunis, and I said I don't need Tunis. Tunis is a center you can't hold, so I don't need it. Neither I need Naples. I said to him, let's improve our both positions. Let me to Tyrrhenian Sea, support me, or I support you. Move to Gulf of Lion, I guess I told him, because I felt Max would move against Riaz.
Got it.
And this position is very important. In order to win, Evoke has only one chance. And these chances are my centers and nothing else. So in this position, I'm at 7. Tiebreaker is my friend, and I can put pressure on Riaz and on Philip. They are on the move now. This was my...
And you get a fantastic disband here.
Yes, it was. I told him disband Black Sea, and yeah, Winter 07. Okay.
You told him if you disband Black Sea, you weren't going to move to the Black Sea in Armenia, right?
Yes.
That had to have been the deal.
Something
I
like
strongly believe you should have moved to the Black Sea in Armenia.
I know that.
This is in my mind, you're here and I'm going to speak what I believe to be true. This was the mistake of the game. I think this cost you the game.
It was something else.
What was it? You tell me I'm wrong.
Okay, I could have moved here. Again, I think I like my slow play here. Don't rush. I'm at 7. Okay. I have Italian centers. I have Russian centers in range. Just slow play, just see what is Philip doing. Can he make any progress against Riaz? And the crucial mistake is here already. Okay. At this point, we are end of the July, and I would start my 3 weeks vacation, and my motivation was down to 0.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because after 2 years of restrictions, I would just drive home.
You're ready to party, man.
Yeah, and I did that. So from now on, I would just not miss the deadlines, but I would just reduce my communication with everyone, doing mediocre plays, garbage tactics. Yeah, nothing was good. But my mistake was in the fall turn. So this was the biggest mistake. I could cover Romania, but I never ever assumed
Max
Evoke would work again with Max after all the show.
Not a bad assumption to make, because I mean, I'm very surprised Max did this in fall 1908. I think this may have cost Max the game. I pointed out to Humble last night that had he not helped you, it would have been 5-6-6. Instead, it ended up being he put Russia on 7 here with Russia being 2 centers.
It was, I mean, he made this public comment about Ewok. He can't work with him, never ever, and it was just, I was just sure. Okay, I have still Max on my side, and I think this was Greg's best move of the game. Just to continue, just to talk with Max, apologize for what happened, and he gave him hope of something. And in my opinion, there was no hope. But okay, Max took this last opportunity. He asked me to move out of Ionian, and here I would pretty fast. Yeah, I was
And,
down to
and is this the reason why? I mean, it's fair to say, I looked on the board and you can certainly tell in fall 1910, this was the end of your relationship with Max.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. Not yet.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Spring 09. Spring 09. Okay.
It's just increasing the position on Greece for Italy, as
Okay.
best I can tell, and setting up the defense of Trieste.
Okay. Here's the interesting thing. I can take Serbia now. Okay. Aegean moving to Bulgaria, Bulgaria moving to Serbia, support from Greece. So, but I knew if I take Serbia in the spring, Max would claim Greece in the fall. So I will stay at 5 in the last season with no chance to do anything. So I did this obvious tactics just to prevent him from taking Greece from me. And I think, okay, and I will take Serbia in the fall.
Well, I believe Ewok could have taken Bulgaria here. I ran a sandbox on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
you sure?
Either this or in the fall. I can't remember.
Let's move to the fall.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could have done it here.
Okay. Interesting turn. Max says to me he's going for Greece. And I told him every single move. I told him I'm moving to Bulgaria, I'm moving, I will cut Romania, I will cut, let me take Serbia. And he said, no way. If you did too many mistakes, it's my turn. You should help me win, something like that. And I said to him, if you take Greece, you will not win, no matter what. And okay, so he did. He took Greece and we talked about 2 hours and yeah, but it was.
That's what did it. That is what did it.
Yeah, but look at the position, and if I take Serbia here, I'm at 6, Russia is at 6, and we have a showdown. And it's still up to Max to decide who is going to win. Unfortunately.
Would you have traded Greece for Serbia? Why do you believe Max owed it to you not to take Greece?
We had this discussion. I guess this time took some time. It was middle of the night, I knew. And Max said, okay, again, you did too many mistakes, you stabbed me, and I think it's clearly my chance. Let me help. Just let me win this, help me. I said, no. I think my position is still good. If you want to help me, help me. If not, then not. There's nothing that can be done here. All
right. You retreat to Silesia. I joked that you would end up in Munich, but that wasn't a joke. You ended up in Munich in spring 1910. But I think the big play of the game here for you, tell me about the last bit of negotiations, because you could have had Riaz win. If you tap Berlin, Riaz wins. Tell me,
yes,
I'm sure he saw it and asked you, and like, tell me what happened.
Everybody saw it. Okay. At this time, I would talk with Ewok and just, he offered me help for Greece to take the 3rd place. But for me, being 2nd or 6th is the same. You lost the game. Okay. So Riaz reached me and saying, okay, you can help me to win. And here's what I'm thinking. First of all, I had a really, really nice relationship with Dave. He's an amazing player. And I had to respect also his wish. It was like, he told me, do whatever you think. And because I could have tapped Burgundy, I guess. Yeah, I could have. But
well, Dave could have given Max the win.
Yeah. And also Philip.
Yeah.
Okay, I had this discussion with Greg. He would eventually say to me, okay, do you want to Greece? But in this case, if Max get Marseille or Munich, then he would win because he beats Evoque in the tiebreak. But I said to both of them, I'm out of your conflict. It's not, I'm done. Do whatever you think is best for you. And for that reason, I will stay out of the Western conflict. Because Philippe could also give the win to Riaz, and he didn't. And because of the reasons I mentioned, my good relationship with Dave, I decided not to tap Berlin when this was it.
It was Dave's wish that you not help.
No, Dave would say to me, do whatever you think, I will not be mad at you. But I felt I have nothing to do in the West.
I know. I don't know if I could have resisted it. With Black Sea going in 0-2 and putting your game on the back foot for 3 weeks. I'm not sure I could have. I would have opened up the cellar of resentment right there, Tanj. I think that's what I would have done.
I understand this, but I think I have to admit, Greg, his desire to win was always higher than mine.
Well, see, this is only your second. It was his third. Next year, you can pull that on somebody else.
There will be no next season for me.
You're taking a break?
Yeah, for sure. Just my wife asked me to do to take a break.
I tell you what. Yeah, no, I understand. Trust me.
But I hope you will do it next season.
I'm gonna try, but then I run into tricky players like you making deals with Ewok and causing me not to make the finals. I should have made a deal with you.
You should. You should. I repeat, Pest told to you, you should communicate more than you did. I think this was your mistake in our game.
Too much to do. I'm doing too much, so I didn't have time to dedicate enough. That's a big problem. Kind of like when you went on vacation. I'm good at garbage tactics and not paying attention when I need to. But
if I'm allowed to say, as we started our game, then I was a kind of I'm happy to play with Mr. Sullivan. Oh, he's on fire, winning. I don't know, these virtual tournaments. And then I was so disappointed. He was so cold to me. He would not reply. I tried to be serious. I tried to be funny. It's okay. He just won. Okay.
What can I say? My personal life was in shambles. I have no excuse. All right. Anyways, Tanj, look, this is an opportunity to say something that you feel like we didn't cover or that you wanted to hit back. You say what you know, if there's a point you want to make it now, and we'll take it.
Okay. First of all, thanks to you to making this podcast. Thanks to Hand. Thanks to Stitches for critics. Thanks to the community. Nexus is just great place to play. If you want to improve your game, you have to listen to Mr. Sullivan's podcasts.
Come on. I'm waiting. Come on, let's fight. You know anything else? You're Croatian. You're supposed to kick someone's ass.
No. I'm calm.
All right. That's a Serbian, I guess. Anyways, all right, Tanj, thanks very much for coming on here. You are a gentleman. I feel like your play was great to watch. It was much improved from last year. At least you didn't have a Kudasov stab to deal with. And I greatly enjoyed watching you play, and hopefully you will. If you don't come back for season 7, we'll come back in season 8 and take the crown.
I'll do my best next time.
Thanks so much, Tanj. Have a good night.
Thank you, Mrs. Sullivan. See ya.